Every time you crack an egg and toss away the shell, you're unknowingly throwing away one of nature's most powerful tools for health, beauty, and home care. And this simple habit could be costing you more than you think. Here's the fact. According to nutritional studies, eggshells are made up of about 95% calcium carbonate, the same calcium your body needs to keep bones strong and your heart healthy. But that's just the beginning. Eggshells also contain small amounts of magnesium, phosphorus, potassium, and proteins that can do everything from rejuvenating your skin to boosting your garden's health. Shocking, isn't it? What most people think of as kitchen waste is actually a multi-use miracle that can improve your life in dozens of ways, and most of us are completely unaware. This video is going to show you why you should never throw away eggshells again. Instead, you'll learn how to turn them into natural health supplements, safe household cleaners, pest repellents, and even beauty treatments. But let's begin with a critical issue that affects millions: calcium deficiency. As you age, your body's ability to absorb calcium from food decreases. This often leads to brittle bones, joint pain, muscle cramps, and even heart irregularities. The solution? You might be spending money on expensive calcium supplements, not knowing that your kitchen trash already holds the answer. Just half an eggshell contains nearly 1,000 milligrams of elemental calcium, more than your body's daily requirement. A study in the International Journal of Clinical Pharmacology Research found that eggshell powder improved bone density in postmenopausal women better than synthetic calcium. That means what you throw away could actually help prevent osteoporosis, fractures, and bone weakness, if only you used it the right way. But that's just the start. Have you ever sipped coffee and found it too bitter? There's a little-known farmer's trick for that. Simply crush a cleaned eggshell and mix it into your coffee grounds before brewing. It naturally reduces acidity, softens the taste, and makes your morning brew smoother, without changing the caffeine content. It's safe, natural, and cost-free. And speaking of natural, what about skincare? If you look at most face scrubs on store shelves, you'll see they contain microbeads or harsh chemicals. But crushed eggshell powder, mixed with honey or aloe vera, can exfoliate dead skin cells gently while also soothing the skin with its natural minerals. This DIY scrub works wonders for dull, dry, or aging skin, and people are shocked at how smooth their face feels afterward. But wait, there's more. Have joint pain, especially in your knees or wrists? Eggshell membranes, the thin layer between the egg white and the shell, are rich in compounds like collagen, glucosamine, and chondroitin. These are the exact ingredients in many joint pain supplements. When you carefully remove, dry, and powder the membrane, you can blend it into smoothies or foods. It might sound strange, but some early clinical trials suggest it can help reduce joint stiffness and pain naturally, without chemicals. Now let's talk about pets. Dogs and cats, just like humans, need calcium for bone health. Instead of buying commercial additives, you can make a homemade supplement. After boiling and drying eggshells, grind them into a fine powder and add a pinch to your pet's food. Always consult your vet for the correct amount. But this is a safe, natural boost that costs almost nothing. And let's not forget about your garden. Whether you're growing tomatoes, flowers, or herbs, eggshells can help. Sprinkle crushed shells in your soil to prevent blossom end rot, a condition caused by calcium deficiency in plants. They also help improve soil drainage and structure. Want to keep pests away? Slugs and snails hate crawling over sharp eggshell pieces, so spreading them around your plants can keep these pests out without using harmful pesticides. And it doesn't stop there. What if I told you that you could even clean your kitchen using eggshells? When mixed with a little dish soap and water, crushed shells work as a gentle, non-toxic scrub that can clean pans, thermoses, and hard-to-reach places without scratching. It's an eco-friendly way to replace harmful chemical cleaners. And here's another clever use: drain cleaner. Tossing a few crushed eggshells down your sink drain now and then can help scrub the inside of the pipes and prevent buildup. It's not magic. It's just smart chemistry. But it's not only about adults. Kids can benefit from eggshells too. Want to make sidewalk chalk at home? Mix finely ground eggshell powder with a bit of flour, water, and food coloring. Shape it, let it dry, and you have safe, non-toxic chalk that's fun and educational. Now, here's something most people have no clue about. Eggshells help birds too. Wild birds, especially females during nesting season, need calcium. If you wash, bake, and crush eggshells, you can add them to bird feeders. It strengthens their bones and helps them lay healthier eggs. So the next time you go to throw away that shell, remember, you could be helping a bird survive, a garden thrive, or a body heal. Let's not overlook compost either. Eggshells take time to break down, but once they do, they enrich your compost with minerals, improve the pH, and create healthier soil for anything you plant. You see, what seems like waste is actually a quiet powerhouse waiting to be put to work. But here's the twist. None of this works if you don't know how to clean and use eggshells safely. That's where many people go wrong. Raw eggshells can carry bacteria like salmonella, so tossing them straight into your blender or coffee isn't just unsafe, it can be dangerous. Now that you know why eggshells are so valuable, let's talk about how to actually use them safely and effectively in your everyday life. The first and most important step is cleaning the shells properly, because raw eggshells can carry harmful bacteria like salmonella. So, after cracking your eggs, rinse the shells under running water to remove any leftover egg white. Don't use soap, just water is enough. Once rinsed, the next step is to boil the shells for about 5 to 10 minutes. This will kill off any bacteria or germs that might be clinging to the shell. After boiling, let the shells dry completely. You can air dry them overnight or speed up the process by placing them in the oven at a low temperature, around 200 degrees Fahrenheit or 90 degrees Celsius, for 10 to 15 minutes. Once they're dry and brittle, it's time to grind them. A clean coffee grinder, spice grinder, or high-powered blender works best. Grind the shells until you have a fine powder. This powder is your homemade calcium supplement, skin scrub base, cleaning aid, or plant booster. Store it in a clean, airtight jar and keep it in a cool, dry place. It will last for several months if stored properly. Now let's explore the many ways you can use this miracle powder. For a natural calcium supplement, add just 1/2 teaspoon of eggshell powder to your smoothie, soup, or juice. That small amount contains around 400 to 500 milligrams of absorbable calcium. But remember, talk to your doctor before adding it to your daily routine, especially if you already take calcium pills or have kidney issues. For a homemade facial scrub, mix 1 teaspoon of eggshell powder with 1 tablespoon of honey or aloe vera gel. Gently rub this mixture onto your face in small circles. It removes dead skin, tightens pores, and leaves your skin feeling smooth and refreshed. Rinse with warm water and pat dry. Use once a week for glowing skin. Want to make a joint support mix? Collect the thin membrane inside the eggshell, dry it separately, and grind it just like the shell. Some people blend this into smoothies or sprinkle it onto food. While research is still emerging, many people report less stiffness and more flexibility over time. Next, for pet health, add a small pinch of the powder to your pet's food once or twice a week. It's a great calcium source for dogs and cats, especially older ones. But check with your vet before using it regularly. In the garden, sprinkle crushed eggshells around your plants, especially tomatoes and peppers, to add calcium and prevent blossom end rot. The sharp pieces also keep slugs, snails, and some soft-bodied insects away. If you compost, toss in whole or crushed shells. They break down slowly, enriching your soil with vital minerals. For coffee lovers, add a bit of crushed shell into your coffee grounds before brewing. It neutralizes acidity and makes your brews smoother and more enjoyable. This trick has been passed down through generations and works surprisingly well. You can also use eggshells as a non-toxic scrub for tough stains in your pans, pots, and mugs. Just mix the powder with a little dish soap and scrub gently. It's abrasive enough to clean, but soft enough to avoid scratching surfaces. Another great use is pipe cleaning. Drop some coarsely crushed shells into your kitchen sink drain every few weeks. As they move through the pipes, they help scrape off residue and keep your pipes flowing better. For wild birds, rinse, bake, and crush the shells finely. Then add them to bird feeders. This gives female birds extra calcium during egg-laying season, helping them stay healthy and strong. If you have kids or grandkids, you can even make sidewalk chalk using eggshell powder. Mix 1 tablespoon of powder with 1 teaspoon of flour and a few drops of water. Add food coloring for fun. Shape it into sticks and let it dry. The result is homemade, non-toxic chalk that's safe and creative. Want to make an eggshell vinegar cleaner? Fill a jar with clean crushed eggshells, pour white vinegar over them, and let it sit for a few days. The reaction releases calcium into the vinegar and creates a mild, mineral-rich cleaning solution. Use it to wipe surfaces, clean windows, or rinse your sink. For plant food tea, boil a handful of crushed shells in water for about 10 minutes. Let the mixture cool, then strain it and pour the mineral-rich water into your plant pots. This acts like a natural fertilizer and gives your plants a nutrient boost. Lastly, never forget this warning. Don't eat raw eggshells without proper cleaning and boiling. Skipping the sanitation process could expose you to bacteria, cause illness, and ruin all the health benefits we just talked about. Always take the few extra minutes to prepare your eggshells the right way. So there you have it. Step-by-step instructions on how to turn trash into treasure. Eggshells are more than just leftovers. They're powerful, natural tools for health, beauty, home, pets, and plants. You don't need expensive supplements, chemical cleaners, or synthetic scrubs. Nature gave you everything in a single shell. And now that you know how to use them safely, you'll never throw them away again. If this video opened your eyes, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and share it with someone who still tosses their eggshells. Drop a comment below and let us know which eggshell use surprised you the most. Remember, small habits can lead to big changes, and sometimes the biggest benefits come from the things we once thought were worthless. Stay healthy, stay curious, and we'll see you in the next video.